In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? I made a point of not allowing the music to relate to the visuals in my music video. I managed to entwine a few of Roland Bath's narrative codes into my video, one of them being the action code, as I got a few shots of the guitar or bassist before solo. More evident, I used a clear shot of laying the drums before the drum solo. Another would be the Semic code, so my target audience would be able to easily recognise that my band were quite young, but could also fit into a certain modern stereotype, and would be able to relate to them more easily. Using style iconography, I wanted my band not to look so serious. I wanted to portray them as a fun-loving band, though serious about their music. I successfully achieved this with my camera and lighting techniques. I used some medium close-ups on Charlie to show that he was the main singer of the band. I didn't get as many as I did originally intended, but I still feel that he stands out. All of the band have individual close-ups, and I've used a variety of establishing shots, focusing entirely on the band. I made a point of getting some of the things in the studio, like lights, as a stylized visual. I didn't want them to look too professional in the studio shoot. I wanted it to stick to the conventions of a typical rock video, and look slightly less technical. The genre is a rock video. I followed the typical conventions of it via the guitar and drum shots. It has quick cuts to the beat of the song, just like most rock videos in this modern age. My influences for this video mainly came from My Chemical Romance's video for the Black Parade. I liked the use of the German expressionism, but also the colour leave and the bold white against black colour, and vice versa. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? My ancillary texts, DVD digipack and magazine advert, link to the band's image pretty well for what I wanted to portray for them. Throughout all of it, I've kept the theme of black, with simple reds and purples as it links to the band's logo. With the imagery I've used in them, I've made them look cool and possibly rebellious, one of them being with Layla's back to us and her middle finger pointing up, which is on the digipack on the image page. The music video showed rebellion also, when in the middle I got a shot of them messing about, with the silhouettes of them doing the YMCA, and I also got an individual shot of each member playing around, which then again also adds to the image of the band being fun. With the booklet inside, I have stretched an image of Layla doing an animalistic pose. It's kind of scary but at the same time quite cute, which Layla wanted to be portrayed as serious yet fun-loving. What have you learnt from your audience feedback? I didn't necessarily have a particular target audience in mind, but with my own knowledge of the viewers of punk, rock or metal bands, their age can vary, so it's hard to pinpoint it down to one age group. Though because of the use of young actors in my video, I felt it was aimed at a younger audience, people preferably students, ages between 16 to 24, possibly older. One of my responses stated I needed to get them to dress more to the genre selected, which I understand fully why someone would say that. I'd given them a flexible choice in what to wear when asking them to perform for my music video. I simply asked my cover artist to wear dark colours, maybe band t-shirts and possibly punk type shoes, and let them interpret what they felt they should look like. I'd made this choice so I'd had quite short notice due to my original band backing out at the last minute, resulting in me to going to a backup Tremendo track. So since doing this whole thing, I've learnt quite a bit about time management, planning, and in which I obviously need to improve pinpointing every little detail I need to do, otherwise that really throws you out. I've learned how to use certain programs, improve my skills in using them. The programs include Photoshop, Final Cut Pro. It also gave me improvement in doing colour contrast, video effects. I use video tutorials, which I've never actually looked at and thought about using in the past. It also gave me a chance to use cameras and working on using different shots, which the audience feedback has basically shown me that I have improved since then, and they've also said that I'm able to follow the codes and conventions of the rock video. And the general feedback was that it was pretty good. Few tweaks here and there that I could fix, but other than that it was really good. So yeah. How did you use new media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluation stages? Since AS Media, my skills have majorly developed in using new media technologies, and I now use them effectively. To research for my music video, I first looked at and evaluated other music videos to help me fully understand the codes and conventions of each genre. For example, on my blog I have evaluated a My Chemical Romance video. The genre of the music is indie rock, but the band are creative in the image they wanted to portray of themselves. So most of their videos are quite alternative, although they always carry some sort of a narrative. Now that's one thing that inspired me about this band, as their music is very conventional to the fact that it's very punk, it's very indie, it's just, you get obviously quite a lot of them in the mainstream bands. But I like the idea that they've created a bold image of themselves which implants them this image into the viewer's brains and the fans' brains, and it's just really memorable. Another I looked at was Florence and the Machine. Now her music genre is completely different to the music selected in my video, but it's also another indie track, and she is always very creative, like in the song of The Sound of the Drums. And she's got close-ups of people, and there's bold colours, there's creative. I just love the way she works. Throughout planning, one main site I used was Jamendo. My first thing, just to look at tracks, listen to what sort of genre I want to go for, and it really sort of opened my mind to what sort of artists are doing these days. Another was MySpace, as obviously that's quite a popular site for new artists to express their music, upload their music, get reviews, which also is a bit good, like Facebook, which is a participatory culture. So things are uploaded, people can share them, you can get feedback, and you can sort of get tips to improve and everything like that, which was a really good use for me to use for this and my AS projects. Online tutorials were a big help in this, with the whole creativity of making of it, because there were certain effects I didn't know, because a lot of the stuff I'd obviously could ask Guy or someone, but I wanted to be very independent with it. We also looked at DVDs of directors, and we sort of had a look at different directors into what videos. There was like Ocean Sholnick, Anthea Benton, Chris Cunningham, Syriac, Dougal Wilson, Grant Gee, Hype Williams, Lindy Hayman, Spike Jonze and Tobias Stretch. Now I looked at Spike Jonze, as he obviously does quite creative videos, and he's done things for Bjork and loads of artists, and I really like how creative he is in his videos. That's why I used him as an inspiration for my video. I got quite a bit of test footage. One of the things that helped me from AS to get to this end project was through our transition projects, like our summer music video, which I did to an MC Hammer's Can't Touch This, which you will find also on my blog. Another thing would be an ABC stop motion animation video. Not stop motion, sorry, it's an animation video. And we just did a test animation so we could sort of develop our skills even further, which was really helpful to me. We also used the main program we used to do that was Adobe Premiere, which I'd never used at all in my life, but thanks to obviously help from Guy, obviously help from online tutorials and just working it out myself, I found it was kind of easy, difficult, as you will find new things are. That's about it that I can really say. So yeah, thank you for looking on my blog and sort of looking at my evaluation. But that should be it. And just enjoy the video if you're going to watch it on YouTube. All of it is placed on my blog. So yeah.